Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in this Laravel project video tutorial we will learn that how we can make a basic e-commerce website from scratch. So let's start with the points of this video. First of all, we will install Composer and set up our Laravel framework. Then we will make login and registration module, and our home page design will be look like a Flipkart or Amazon website. Then we will make a search product search module, add to cart module, user order details and history module, and user profile module also. The style of our project will be combined with the bootstrap because our site should be responsive and it should be open perfectly on mobile as well as on desktop. And the code of this project is available on my GitHub account. Link is given in the description box. Guys, keep in mind this is not a new project. I already created a playlist for e-commerce website and I'm combining this playlist in a single video because some guys are demanding that they need this complete playlist in a single video. That's why they don't need to just change the videos and all. That's why I'm just combining this whole video in a single video, right? And before starting with this project, I just want to share you a very important information with you. If you are looking to purchase domain name and hosting, then you should go for a domain racer because the hosting and domain name services are really great. The hosting service is just starting with a 59 rupees per month, and they are providing excellent technologies like light speed with the SSD disk, free SSL certification and all, and they are providing some more features like free website builder. If you are not familiar with the code, then you can use this free tool. This is absolutely free, and you can make website with it without any coding knowledge. And I already told you Lightspeed technology will provide you a fast hosting speed, and the customer care service is also very great. If you will just find any kind of issue with the domain name and hosting, then the customer care will help you really great, right? So now let's start with our project. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and this is our second video on Laravel e-commerce project. In this video we are gonna set up our project. So these are the points of the video. We need to install the Composer, Laravel installer, and then project. And we will make the two pages. One is master page for you can say that the global layout, and after that we will make a login page, and at the last we will add the bootstrap and jQuery, and we will confirm that they both are working fine or not. So now let's just go for the official website for the Composer. So just simply write here Composer, and you will get the first website here, Composer. And let's click on the download, and you can just run these commands. Keep in mind, if PHP is not installed in your system, then Composer will not going to work. So let's check it. Just write here php -v. I already have a PHP 7.4 version, so that's great. And now let's copy this first command and just run it on the command prompt. And first command will basically copy the setup from website to your local machine. Then we can just run the second command, and it will just verify the installer. You can see that installer verified, and after that it will initialize this setup. You don't need to run the fourth command. Basically fourth command is used for remove the Composer setup from your system. So this is done. Now let's go for any folder where you just want to install the Laravel project. So just go for dashboard, and then 8 folder, and I just want to show you here, and I have the 2 folders here, but that's okay. But before before just installing the project, we need to install the Laravel installer. So I just want to show it on with the behalf of official website. So just write here Laravel installation, click on first link, and you will find that first of all, as the official documentation also, it will just tell that we can use the Composer, and if Composer is installed, then we can run this command, right? And just run it, right? You can run Composer and this Laravel installer in any folder of your operating system because they installed globally. Once you install them, you no need to install again it. that's why. But I already installed these things, but I just want to show you that how we can install. That's why I just reinstall these things, right? So let's wait for a moment. So installer is ready, and now you can just type here Laravel, and it will tell that the Laravel is installed or not. If after installing Laravel and or Composer is not working, then you can just close the command line and open the new command line, right? Sometime there is some issue between the command line and this, we need to just reopen it, right? So let's clear it again, and let's just write here Laravel new and your project name. So I'm just going to put here ecom and hyphen en, because I am going to make this project in two languages, one in Hindi and second one is English. So I already made a project here, ecom hi. So let's write here ecom en, right, and hit it. So now it will just take some moment to install the complete project. Then we will just go through it with and we will install the jQuery and other things, and we will make some pages also. So finally project is installed. So now let's go inside this folder ecom en and open it inside the Visual Studio Code with the command code dot, right? Code dot command work only if your Visual Studio Code is installed. If this is not installed, code dot command will not going to work, right? So after that, let's just simply write here php artisan serve, right? And now you can just find your project inside on this port number if you just want to see the output here, right? So here this is running fine. So now let's go for the resource folder, and then let's create a view. So guys, if you don't know what is view, routing, model and controller, then you can watch our previous videos, which is series from the scratch on Laravel. So link is given in the description box for this series. So now let's create a one file with let's say login.blade.php, right? And here you can just simply write here some text, the h1 tag. Just give me a moment, and just simply write here login page. And how we can just watch it on the website, so for that we need to just change the route, and let's go inside the routes and web.php, and you can just simply put here login for the root route, right? And now you can see that login page is working fine. So one more thing, we need to create a master page also, so that we can just create a wrapper, and we can put our all CSS JavaScript files inside a wrapper, right? So now let's go again inside the views folder and just create a master.blade.php. My bad, right? And just simply write here php:5, and you can see that we got a simple HTML structure, and just simply write here ecom project or something, right? And now let's include this master template inside the login. So just simply write here @extends and page name, which is master, my bad, right? And we need to use here @. So and after that we can just create a section also, section like this, and put a section name here like content, right? And now let's check out the output of it. Now you can see that we got the title here from the master page, and this page is working inside the master page login page, right? So now let's see how we can add a bootstrap in our website. So there is a lots of way to add the bootstrap. You can use the npm, you can use the composer, but I will tell you the simplest way. So that let's just go to the Google and just write here Bootstrap CDN, and let's go for the official website here for the Bootstrap, and let's just copy this section, right, and put it inside your master.blade.php like here. So now you can see that we got the three files here, or three links here actually. One for the Bootstrap CSS and the second one for the theme, so we don't need this theme, so we can just remove it, and last one is for the Bootstrap. So now let's just refresh it. Now you will just see some format changes inside this. Here you can see that the font family is actually changed when we just insert the Bootstrap. So now let's try to add here some button also. So just simply write here button, and let's close it and write some text here like click on me. And now you will find that this is a very simple button, but we can add here some style like class btn primary, right? And let's see, now this working is looking fine because we just added the Bootstrap classes here, right? So after that we know that this the Bootstrap is working fine. So how we can add the jQuery now? So one more thing, when you just open the command line, you will find that there is an error that Bootstrap JavaScript required jQuery, because we also have the another here you can see that bootstrap .min.js file. This file also required the jQuery. So now let's add a jQuery, and right here jQuery CDN, go to the first link and just select for the minified version, right, and just copy it and simply apply it to the top of the Bootstrap. And now you will find that this error is gone here and this is working fine. So now let's check that the jQuery is working fine or not. For that, let's just simply write here a script tag like this, and just simply write here $document dot ready, right? And here just simply write here anonymous function like this, and just simply write here dollar on click on button. So just write here button dot click, and on this click on this button we will just again call some alert and all. Just write here alert all set. Now let's check, is there an error in console or not? So there is no error in console, and when we click on this click on me button, it just give to the all set message also. So this is basically our setup is done. Now in the next video we will just make a navigation bar as well as a login page. So thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and like this video. Bye bye, take care, and God bless you. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and this is our third video on Laravel project. In this video we will make header, footer, and we will make a complete HTML form for login also. So these are the points of our this video. First of all, we will make header, then we will add some menus on it, then we will make a login form, we will add a footer, and our first page will be ready. And after that we will push this code on the GitHub, and with that help you can also get to know that how we can just push the code on a Git and how we can get the pull from the GitHub also, right? So when we are working with this project, we will just take a help from the Bootstrap website so that we can just easily build up our HTML form as well as header and all, right? And we will save the time. So now let's start with the code. First of all, I'm just going to make a header. So just add a new header view here. So just write here header dot blade dot php, and you can just write here for a moment so that we can just check that this is properly working or not. just simply add here header page, right? And with that time we can also create one more footer page, footer.blade.php, and again let's add a h1 tag, or let's see h3 tag, and just write here footer page, right? So for a moment they are not included, that's why there is no impact, as you can see. So now let's include them. So let's include them on okay, so I'm just going to remove this JavaScript code because we don't need this all set alert here, right? So just remove this script from here for a moment. And now first of all, what I'm just going to do, I'm going to add here a content block that we just created inside the login. You can see that this is the content. So let's close it at the rate end section, right? And now in a home page, just simply use here at the rate yield, and just put here content. That's okay. And now let's import here our header page. So for that, just simply put here view : make navbar. This is basically a header page, not navbar page. So we can just simply write here simply like this, and now you can see that header is added here. And with a similar way we can add a footer below to our main content. So just simply write here footer. So that's great. Now let's just add here some header menus. So this is the official Bootstrap website, so we can just get the help from this website. So now let's click on components, and here you can find here's a navbar, right? And we can just copy this whole stuff and paste inside a header.blade.php. And now let's see how it's actually look like. This is looking cool, and we can remove some menus and add some menus also. So just remove some extra menus because I don't need this UL, so I can just remove simply this one and this one also, and remove this extra stuff, extra span actually. And let's make one more link and just put here home, and you can just simply write here orders, and remove this active tag for a moment, right? We don't need this stuff. And from the right side we don't need this list, and just simply add here cart. And for a moment we have 0 items in our cart, so I'm just going to write it like this, right? Okay, so let me just correct this order. Why this is not looking cool? Just give me a moment. Yes, because a tag is not actually closed here. I think now it should working fine. No, just give me a moment. Yep, I think I just forgot to close this one also, and now this is working fine, right? So now we have a search bar, some menus and everything, right? So now we can design our login page also, and for that we need a form. So let's search our form here, and just try to put our forms. These are the header forms, and so these are the forms. And for that, if you want, then we can copy from here, and let's paste on our this stuff here. But now for a moment they are gonna look like very ugly like this. So let's remove this extra file. We don't need it, as well as we don't need this checkbox. And now this is looking fine, but the fields are very large, so we just want to shrink for a moment, for a bit. So that let's just grab this form from here for a moment and just take a div, and for this div we can just simply put here class container, and let's take another div, put here class row, and let's put another div, and let's put here call sm4, and now we can put here our HTML form, right? And if you want, then you can just little bit adjust it with the format. Now this is looking more cool, but this should be on the center, right? And for the center, what we can do actually, we can just put here some offset. So just write here call sm offset 4. Now it will be in the center. Great. And let's look out for the footer. So if I'm just going to search here for footer, then what we have for a moment, so let me search here footer with panel or something that we can just adjust for it for a moment. So yep, I think this is fine for a moment. Let's copy it and paste inside the footer. But still there is a one more thing that we need to manage, that there is a very few space, so we need to just put here more space between this login page, right? So I am just going to add here a class inside login page. Just put here custom login or something, and I will just make a different file also for style, but for a moment, so just add here simply a style tag, right? And just put here login class, and its height can be like 500 pixel, and padding top can be padding top what happened with my fingers, right? So padding top can be like 100 pixel is fine. And now let's see what we are actually getting here. So now it's looking cool. So for that video, that's all right. Yes, our first page is ready. Now let's see that how we can just push this code on a git. So now let me just open my GitHub account, and let's add here a project. From here you can just simply put here new, and you can put here ecom like this, and this is in the English, and we can just add here Laravel, right? And now let's just create a repository. When you just create this repository, then it will ask, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and this is our fourth video on Laravel e-commerce project. In this video we will learn that how we can set up the database for project. So we will just create a database, then we will connect it with the project, then we will migrate some database tables, and we will also add some data with the database seeding, and at the last we will push our code on a GitHub. So why we are doing these kind of things? Because our e-commerce page design login page design is ready, and in the next video, just after creating the migration and seeding and set up the database, we will able to create the login, right? So might be you are thinking that why we are not creating the user registration first, because first of all I just want to show you the actual functionality of e-commerce website, because login and registration is a very similar processes, you can say that, right? So if you learn that how we can login, then you can easily create the registration also, but you cannot get that how we can add to cart the product, how we can search the product, and how we can just buy a product and order something and all, right? That's why I will just create a login, and then we will just move on the further e-commerce functionalities, and then we will create the user registration also, right? So now first of all, what we need to do, we need to just create a database. So let me just create a database with the name of, let's say, e-commerce en, because I'm just going to create my e-commerce project within a two language, one in Hindi and this is for the English, right? So just create it right here. And now we are not going to add the table from here. For that we will use the migration. So first of all, I am just going to delete the by default migration, so that I can just show you that how we can create them from a scratch, right? So just go inside the database and go on the migration and just delete these already defined migrations, right? And now let's create a new one and just write here php artisan make migration, and migration name whatever you want. So I want to create a table, so just write here create and the table name, which is users, and then this is a table, so just add here table. So migration table is created here. Alright, so here you can see that. So we, inside the up function we can add our fields that we want to add. So id field is already there, so now let's create a new field for string, and this will be the name field, right? And we can add some more field, let's say email, and then we can create a password, right? And our email can be unique, so just simply put here unique, and this is a function actually, right? So now what we can do, we can just migrate it. So just write here php. Alright, one more thing that we need to do before it, so we need to just set up our environment for database. So here you can you don't need to go in the env example, just go to the example, and here our database name, here you can check that this is correct. And now let's add here the password, which is redhat@123. in my case, in your case might be database password is blank, right? And you can put here username also. So now just simply run here php artisan migrate, hit it. Now you can see that migration is created, and let's refresh it. Here you can see that we got the two tables. One is migrations, which is used by Laravel itself, and another one is users, right? So for a moment we don't have any users, but if you want to check the you can say that structure is there, right? So we have a id, name, email id and password, and created and updated, right? So now let's create a seeder also. Seeder what will just put here some fake data inside it. So just write here php artisan make seeder and seeder name. So let's say my seeder name is user seeder, seeder, right? Hit enter. This is also created. Where it is created? Inside the db migrations and here, right? So let's go on here, and now we just need to put here some dummy data here, but for that we need to import the database also in database file. So just write here use illuminate, then support, and then facades, and at the last db, right? And with the similar way, let's create import one more, which is hash, because this will be hash will basically use for encrypt the password, right? And now use here db : table, and my table name, let's say users, and we can just write here insert, and insert will accept an array, and here we can put here name, because id is basically auto incremented. So let's say I'm just going to add here Anil Sidhu, which is my name, then email, and just write here anil@sidhu.com, and now let's add here password also. So we can add here password like 12345, but we want to encrypt this password so that nobody can just get it. So just write here hash colon colon make, and now just put here 1 2 3 4 5, right. So everything is fine now, and I think is if everything is right, then we can just insert it in the database. So just write here php artisan db seed and minus class and seeding name. So my seeder class name is user seeder. Hit enter. Now database seeding is done. Here if you want to check that, you can check we got one entry here with the encrypted password. So let's say we want to one more entry, then just add some another name like Peter Parker, then just write here Peter @Parker, right, and password I'm putting same because we can just remember it, right. And now another one is also created here, right, and here you can see that we got the two entries. So that's all for this video. We just get to know that how we can configure the database, how we can migrate, and how we can seed it, and how we can use the hashed password. So in the next video we will just directly make a login with the complete session. So thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel because there is a long time, you can say that, for this project, and you will get this project soon now. Maybe we will just create around 30 to 40 video also. So bye bye for a moment. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in this Laravel project, till now we are completed our login page, header and footer, and some routing and with the database configuration. And in this video we are going to complete our login process. So we will enter email address and password here, then we will check it with the database. If everything is fine, then we will set it in the session also, and every time when user will try to use this website, we will just check that if user is logged in, then user should not see this page, because if a user is already logged in, then he cannot see login page again and again, right. And yes, if user is logged out, then he can just watch this page. So we will just cover all of these things, and these are the steps for our complete login process. First of all, we need a user controller, then we need a route for it. We will submit the form, and we need one more product controller so that we can redirect after login, and we need a middleware, and we will register this middleware, and as well as we will write some code inside the middleware for check the session, right. So now let's start with the user controller, and just write here php artisan make controller. Controller name is, let's say, user controller. Hit enter. Now we have a controller, right. So let's just jump on this controller, and let's make a function inside it. So let's say my function name is login, right, and it will have a parameter name of request so that it can just get the data from the form, and these parameter will be a request type. And for a moment, so that we can check that everything is working fine or not, just write here request input, so that we can just check the data what he is actually expecting getting from the form, right. And now let's create a route for it. So that let's jump on a web.php, import it, use app http controllers, then user controller, right. And let's create a path for it, route, and we need to use here post. And one more thing, now I'm just going to put here product path on a home, so that we can just land and we can see that the our e-commerce website home page, right. Because login is not necessary for every time, it will need only when we will check, right, check out the and make the payment, right. So just simply write here user controller, and it is a class, so that in the array second parameter we can just simply write here index. Our function name is login here, right? So just make it login, and let's just load the login on a login page. So now what we can see here, whenever I'm just going to load it, I can just see that method is not used, because actually we are not using home page for now, and we will show a product page here, right? So for post request we also need a login route, and our page will be open on a login. So just simply write here login here, right? So now everything is fine here. So now let's open our form, which is inside resources, view, then login, and let's just modify something here. Like first of all, I just want to change your name to a login, right? And then we need to put here action. So my action will be login, method will be post, right? Alright, so one more I need, that thing is CSRF token, right? And let's apply some name to these fields, like name is email, and here we'll put a name, password as a name, password, right? So our form is I think completely ready. So now let's try to run it at anil@test.com something, and password 12345 or something, right? Let's submit it. Okay, so this is not submitting properly. Let me check what's wrong with it. So I think we don't need this slash here, and just simply run it again, right? Some username and some password, and now we can see that we are on our controller user controller, right? But now we need to just check that the email address and password should be matched with the database, right? So now let's check it. Go to the user controller and just import use app models, and here we can write here user model, right? You can find inside the models directory. And now what I need to just check that, just remove it from here and just write here user : where email should be matched inside a database. So just write here $request email, right? So, and we can just get our first data. Let's see what we are actually getting from here. Okay, so now let's just use the actual email address, which is anil@sidhu.com, anil@sidhu, and password 12345, right? Now you can see that we are getting the information, but we are not able to get the password, right? So how we can match the password? For that, let's go on the users and just remove the hidden field from the password, right? Let's check again. Now we are getting the password also. Great. Now we can match it. So again, come back to the controller and take this data inside a user variable or any variable, whatever you want. And now just write here if $user is blank or hash. Hash is basically used for encrypt and decrypt the password, and we already used it inside our seeding. If I just want to show you here, right, just open seeders, user seeders, here it is, right? So here when we just insert the password, then we use the make hash make, and now we will use check hash, right? So first of all we need to import it, and now let's just simply write here hash check. And check function actually have the two parameters, one which we are actually getting in a request variable, password, and second one is basically dollar user, which is actually coming from the database, right? So just write here dollar password like this, and if there is something wrong, then we can just simply write here username or password is not matched, right? Else we can just simply write here else also, right? And just return here redirect on home page, but we don't have any home page for a moment where we can redirect it, right? We don't have any route. For that, let's create a product controller, hit enter. Now let's create a route and something for this one also. So just create a function index, and we can just simply put here some text here like return welcome to product page. We will design it in the next video, because now we are actually finishing our user functionality, right? So sorry, login functionality. So now just simply use here controller and product controller, and let's make a path for it, and again copy it for moving fast, and we can just set a home path for it with the get request. Now we have a get method also, so we can redirect on a get request, right? But we need to do one more thing, which is we need to have to set the session, right? So just simply write here request, then session, and with that session just simply put here some data, like I'm just going to put here inside the user key and just put here user data, right? Like this. So everything is fine. Just let me check, login with it. Let's put here password also with the username, and now we can see that we are on a okay. So something is not matched according to him, so let me check what's wrong with it. Yep, I don't need to use here dollar password, I just need here password, right? So just put again and password 1 2 3 4 5. Again, that's the issue. So for the debugging purpose, we can just simply return here dollar user and password, right? So password is working, seems fine here. So yep, my bad, actually I just need to go inside this condition if there is no information is user, right? So now it will work fine. So now you can again, my bad. Okay, let me refresh it once. Yes, I need to check the end condition with the same case also. And now I got that login does not exist. Nice, because I have to use here index function. Sorry guys, really sorry for these kind of stupid things. Sometime I do actually when it's a late night for me, right? Okay, so now you can see that everything is working fine, but I can again go on the login page. This should not be happen, because if I am already logged in, I cannot see login page again till I am not going to log out, right? So how can I stop it? For that I need a middleware. So just write here php artisan make middleware, and my middleware name is, let's say, user auth or something, right? So now we have a middleware. So when you creating the middleware, you need to just do some things here with it. First of all, we need to register it, right? Let me just open middleware first of all, right? So let's register it first inside the kernel.php. So I can just simply register it at the last if I want, right? So but what I actually need, I need to add here app http. Okay, let me just copy it, right? This is a similar thing, and with that I need to just do one more thing, which is I just move it from here, right? Which is I need to actually import the session also before this user auth, right? So let me just copy it, and again using your session, we can use the middleware, and we have a start session, right? And we need only one slash here. So everything is working fine. Now let's just go to this middleware, and here we just need to check here if $request path is equal to login, right? And $request session has, session is actually a function, right? So I can use here like this, has user session, right? Then what we can do, we can return redirect on home page, right? So let me check, everything should be working fine. Okay, yes, actually I just forgot to use here class, I just remember that, and now we are on the welcome page. So now let's try again with the login. We cannot go to the login page because our session is already set. If you want to see the login page, you need to open incognito mode, right? So let's go for a login, and once you are just successfully logged in, again you cannot see the login page until you are going to log out, right? So just simply put here do and just put here 1 2 3 4 5, enter it. Now you are on logged in, and if you just want to try with the login or something, then you cannot go on a login page, right? Because you can just go on your login page after logout. But how we can log out, this functionality we will implement in the next video. So thanks for watching this video. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask me in the comment box. Bye bye, welcome. One more thing before just going to go, actually just need to just commit my code to my GitHub repository, right? So that you can just use it. So just simply use here git commit, and simply we can use here login done or something, use git push, and I can just write here my username and password also, right? So just go on a GitHub link, and here if you want to check that we have just updated our ecom portal now, and let's check out that there is code or we have a code or not. Just go inside the controllers, and here you can see that we got user and product controller, everything. So thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel. If you have any kind of confusion, you can ask me in the comment box. Bye bye, take care. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in this Laravel project video tutorial we will learn that how we can create a product table for our e-commerce project, right? So now let's get started with the point. First of all, we will create a migration file, then we will define the migration for product table and migrate it in the database, right? then we are able to get the database structure in our database right here. And because now we have only one table, then we will get the two table here, right? And after that we will want to add some data in this table, so that we will define a seeder and we will make some entries of data with the help of seeder. So might be you are actually seeing some tabs with the images, so we will use these path for these images for our product gallery, right? Sorry guys, actually I'm losing my voice. Yep, now fine. So now let's start. First of all, let's create a migration. So just write here php artisan make migration, right? And migration name, let's say we are going to create a table, so just write here table create. Our table name is, let's say, products, and then table, right? Hit it. Now our migration is done. Here where we can see it, you can just get it inside database folder, migration, and here, right? So now we want to add some fields here, so let's add. So there is a two already field which is required, ID and timestamp. Then let's add some more, like name, price, and all. So just define here string, and we can add here some name like name. Then we can define price. Then we can define let's say category, and after that we can add description of the product, so that we can just tell that this product have this kind of features, like if a mobile we are adding, then 4 GB of the RAM, processor, and all, right? A display and all. So let's say description, and at the last we can add here gallery, right? So now our product table is structure is ready, so we can just migrate it. So just write here php artisan make migrate. Oh sorry, we don't need to just write here make, we can directly migrate it. Hit that, and now we have a two table in database. We can check here like this, right? But for a moment we don't have any data inside it, so we want to add some data. Yes, we can also add the data manually from here, but we will create a seeding, so that you can also get the predefined data when you are just getting this project link from the GitHub, right? So you don't need to just write here data, you just need to run one command and data will be here. So now let's create a seeder and write here, let's clean it first of all and write php artisan make seeder and seeder name. Let's say my seeder name is product seeder. Hit enter. This is created, and now what we can do, let's go inside the seeder and add some data, right? So now we are going to enter multiple datas. So first of all, let's import the db class here, right? And after that let's just copy a little bit more code. We just need to define our table name here, right, like this, and we need to just add some fields here, right? So let's say first of all I just want to add my product name. So let's say my product name is LG mobile or something, right? And then we can define here price, and let's say its price is like 1000 rupees, or let's say $100, right? $100 is fine. Let's say put $200, right? And then we can just simply add here third field, let's say description, right? So let's we can just add here a smartphone with 4 GB RAM and much more features, right? Because this is a dummy description, we can add anything whatever you want, right? I don't want to waste so much time, that's why I'm just putting it here, right? And then we can add here category, and let's say my product category is mobile. You can add electronics also if you want, but I'm okay with mobile. And then we need a image for it, so I already have an image, so just add here a gallery. My bad. Right, gallery, and let's put this image inside our gallery like this. So now everything is fine. Let me check the fields: 1 2 3 4 5, so and 6, 1 2 3 4 5, right? Two more fields, id and timestamp. We don't need to define them, that's okay. Now just try to migrate it, and write here php artisan migrate. Okay, nothing to migrate. All right, because I have to put here. Okay, so actually I already migrated this, right? So we are actually doing seeding, my bad, sorry. Okay, so we are actually seeding here, so just we need to write here php artisan db, and just write here seed, and then we can add here minus minus class and our table name. So my table name is basically product seeder right here, but I need to just mention here products, which is my table name, right? And just paste it here, and now let's see, this is successfully migrated. This is the way that how we can migrate seed only one product, but in migration we have the lots of products. So how we can do it? For that, what you can do, just copy the first one, create a array and make another, in you can say that the multi-dimensional array, like this, and then second one, third one, and let's define here fourth one also, right? So that we can have the 5 product. One we already migrated, seeding, we already seed one product, and we can seed some more. So now let's see what next image is about a mobile. So it's like an Oppo mobile. So let's define here Oppo mobile. Price is like 300 bucks or something, and a smartphone with 8 GB RAM and mobile. And let's just change this gallery, right? Great. Now the next is our TV, and we can just simply write here Panasonic TV, right? Price is like say 400 bucks. Smart TV with much more features, right? Please adjust with that, because I'm not good at all to put in a description and all, right? And let's just change this image also, as well as category. Now we can put here mobile. You can put here home appliances also, but I'm okay with that, right? After that we have one more LCD, and then just simply put here Sony TV or something, 500 bucks, TV with much more features. And let's change this gallery image also. And now last one is, let's say, my fridge, right? So I have a LG fridge here, fridge. Okay, so we can put here a TV also again, because this is the TV category. Then a fridge with much more features, category fridge. You can also put here home appliance, refrigerator, cooling stuff, whatever you want. Everything is fine. And product product table is here. Now let's again try to seed it. Data is seeded now, and let's see what we got here. We have the all of products, 5 products. So that's all. If you still have any confusion, you can ask me in the comment box, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. And in the next video we will just make some sliders of the home or product page, right? Because in this video we don't have any Laravel code for showing the UI and all, but in the next video you will definitely get it, right? So thanks for watching this video, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and please provide some your reviews and valuable comment in the comment box also. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and this is our 7th video on Laravel e-commerce project. In this video we will learn that how we can make a slider, and we will show our products on this slider, and they will come from our database table with the name of products, right? And this table will be created in the last video. If you want to watch this video, the link is given in the description box, right? So what we are achieving at the last of this video, for the demonstration purpose, I just want to show you e-commerce website, and here we have a slider, right? We will try to get this kind of slider at the last of this video, right? So I'm just going to close this video, and let's look out the points of this video. First of all, we will make a product model, and we will fetch the data from the database. Then we will create a view and pass the data from controller to this view. After that, we will use the bootstrap browser. We will just get the bootstrap browser code, which is already created on official website or somewhere from the internet, right? And then we will pass our product to this browser, and might be we need a little bit style also. So these are the points, right? So now let's start with the command line, and first of all I'm just going to create my product with the name of product, because it will just linked with the products table. So just write here php artisan make model, and my model name is product. Hit enter, and yeah, let's look out the official sorry, it's not official, it's our website. So let's go to the login page, and let's just try to get to login in this website, and let's see that now this is our home page, and we will replace our slider here, right? So our model is also created. So now let's jump on this controller, right, so that we can modify it. So this is our model, and http controller, and then we can just jump on a project controller, and here you can get this line. So first of all I am just going to return, first of all I need to just import the model, right? So just write here app models and product, and now just return here product : all, and now you can find that we are getting a JSON format here, right? So now we want to convert this in JSON format to a slider. For that we need a view. So let's go to the resources, views, and let's create a view with the name of product.blade.php, right? And let's call it from here. So just simply write here view and product, right? And let's make a semicolon here. First of all let's make it statically with the bootstrap slider, then we will pass the dynamic data to it, right? So now let's just go on a login page for a moment, and copy and paste it, so that we can just get the selection and master and all, right? And after that we can just remove this stuff, and we can also remove this custom login, because this is our product, and you can add here custom product class for a style, right? And now let's jump on a browser and search bootstrap 3 browser. You can just go on any of, okay, that's okay, we can just get the code from here, and this is fine. Let's copy this code. You don't need to just go there, because you can get all my code from a GitHub account, right? And you will get the link in the description box. So now let's see what we are actually getting here. Okay, so we got header, footer, and the slider is also working, but the images is actually not working because we have to provide the images now, and these images are actually not present in our project, which is just we get from online stuff. So now what we need to do, just take a variable here like $data or something, and get data from a product table and fetch all data, right? And now let's pass this data in to view, and just take a array and let's use $data. Alright, now we are able to get the, or fetch this data inside our okay, let's make it products because there is a multiple products, right? Let's try to fetch here. So here you can see that there is a 3 items inside our browser, right? 1, 2 and 3. So now we have a dynamic data, so we don't need two of them. We can remove them, right, like this. And for that, let's just cut this for a moment and take a for each loop and just define here $products, and this products variable is coming from this array, right? And after that, let's put it here, and now you will see that the old data or our 5 images are present here, even they are not working at all, right? So what we need to do, first of all, we need to just apply this active class only on one item, right? So just copy here, cut it from active class, and just use here item, and if items id equal to 1, right, then what we can show here, then we can show this active class, else we can put here null, like this. I hope this is working fine. Let me see. Okay, so we need a one more single quotes here, and the item should be with $, and now slider is working but there is no image, so let's add the images here, and a source, just simply add here $item gallery. And if you remember that in our last video we added the image URL inside the gallery, right? And now you can find that there is lots of images, but we will add some style here to make the slider height controllable, because this is a huge height and this is not looking good, right, at all. And after that, in h3 tag we can simply use here $item with the name, right? And a similar way we can also use here description, right? So now let's see what we are actually getting here. So now we have a LG mobile with a small description, and this is working for all, like Oppo mobile, and then let's go for Panasonic TV and all. But let's control a height for a moment, right? Height is actually not working perfectly, so that let's just remove this old tag because this is not belong to our products, and just add here class, and in a class we can just write here slider img or something, right? And let's go to the master page, and just simply use here img dot this height can be like 400 pixel, and it should be important. That's great. And after that, one more thing we need to do here, because okay, let's refresh it, and this is working fine for all things. Now we need to add a style for 2 more things. One is a footer, so just go to the select this custom products class, and just simply use here dot custom products. Height can be like 600 pixel, so that we can just make some space between this you can say that the footer and our products, right? And one more thing, we can just remove this container also, because it will actually just making some spaces on both of sides. Now our slider in a complete screen, so that's great. But we need to add some background color also on our text, because this is actually not visible. So just go to this class and simply write here background color, let's say green or something, but this is really not looking good. So you can add this kind of color with some what you can say, transparent background, right? And what I need to do here, so let's define another class like slider text with dot, and let's apply a important to it. Now let's see how it's actually working. This is not working. Why? Because we did not added this class on our product page, right? Now let's see, this is looking cool, much better to the previous one, right? So that's all for this video. We got a slider, and in the next video we will create a detail page. In this detail page, what we are actually going to do, we will just click on this page, and on the behalf of ID of every project, we will land on a product detail page. Here we will just see that add to cart and buyout and detail and category and all stuff for this project, for this product, right? And thanks for watching this video. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment box, and please provide your valuable comment to this video also. Bye bye, take care. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and this is our 7th video on Laravel e-commerce project. In the last video we created a slider for home screen, and for this video we have some more space on the home screen between footer and the slider, so that we can add some more items here. So we will just show a trending item list here, right? And after that our home page will be completed, and in the next video we will create a product detail page, and from that page we can just buy directly a product, or we can add this product to the cart also, right? So now let's jump to the code. Now first of all, I just want to directly jump on resources, then views, and then product.blade.php, right? So if you remember that this is our previous video code for the slider, right? And for this video I am just going to copy this block of code, and let's create a new div here and add a class to this div like a trending wrapper or something, right? And after that let's create a h3 or h2 tag and just write here trending products, right? And let's paste this block here. But now we can remove the many things. We don't need these classes, because these classes are already used in sliders, and Bootstrap use these classes. So after that we can just remove that class also. We don't need a description, so we can remove it. And let's remove the classes from the name also. And let's check that what actually we are able to see on the home screen, right? So first of all we have an error, so let me just correct it, because we did not actually copy this @for each, right? And just simply add here $products. It is product or products. Let me check products as $item, right? And let's look out again. Okay, so now we have products here, but they are actually very large in a size. So first of all let's apply some style here, and let's create uh, image trending image for image tag. And let's open a master.blade.php and just simply write here this class name. All right, I think I just forgot to copy it like this, and just put here image height like 100 pixel, right? And it can be make a huge difference. Now you can see that we have products there, but they are still in a horizontal way. We just want to show them in a horizontal way. Now they are actually in the vertical way, right? So for that, let's take another class to this complete inner div. Let's say trending item, right? And again, let's define this class, and we can just write here float left, and here it is. But we can just make some width for every product. So just define here width like 20%, because there is a 5 products, so they will contain 100% width for this now, right? So that's also great, but there is actually no space between this window and this text, so we can just create a little bit space. And for that, let's copy this trending wrapper, and we can just simply write here margin, let's say 30 pixel or something, right? Now they are looking much better, right? And one more thing, we have an issue that actually the footer line actually crossing this product. So for that, what we can do, let's just jump on a footer, and let's add a little bit style like clear both, right? And now this is working fine, right? So that's all for this trending products. This is, I know this is a very small video, but I just want to complete our home page. Yes, you can see that there is only black and white, 2 color only, but for after 3 or 4 videos we will create a complete project style again, so that we can just add some more beautiful design here, right? So in the next video we will create a detail page, and on just you can say that click on every product, we will jump on this detail page, and from there you can just add to cart your product, or you can buy your product directly. So thanks for watching this video. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask me in the comment box, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and please put here somewhere valuable reviews and comments in the comment section. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and this is our 9th video tutorial on Laravel e-commerce project. So in this video we will learn that how we can create a product detail page. These are the points, but before that, let's understand what is the product detail page basically. So whenever we are just seeing the listing here for every product, but there is no actual detail of the product, right? We just have the names, or we have some description and all, right? But when we just want to buy a product, we want to check everything like price, detail, category, and much more things. For that, we need a product detail page, and on that product detail page we have a product price, description, everything in a detail, and we have some buttons for buy this project, like add to cart button or buy now button, right? So we will just create that page only in this video. So what we need for this page, first of all we need a controller function, then we need a view for detail page, and then we will get the data from database with the help of ID. Then we will show the data on the detail page, and at the last we will add two buttons, one for add to cart, another one for buy now, right? And these buttons are actually not functional in this video, but in the upcoming video we will make them functional also, right? So first of all, what we need, we need actually a route, so that we can jump on a detail page. So let's just go inside the routes swap.php and create one more route. So let's say my route name is detail, and my function name, we will call it on this route, is also detail inside product controller. So now let's open a product controller and create this function, right? So just write here detail, and how we will get the detail of every product with the behalf of id. So let's pass a id from here, like id we don't need first slash, and let's get this id as a parameter. And now we can, for a moment, so that we can just check that what we are actually getting from the db, you can just write here return product, and this is basically a product controller which we just already made in previous video. Find, and let's pass the id, and now it will just get the data on the behalf of this id from the database, right? So now let's see what we are getting actually here. But for that, what we need, one more thing that we need, which is we need to just make a link on these all products, in the trending products as well as on this you can say that the sliders, right? So let's create this link also, and now jump on resources, views, then product.blade.php, right? And let's just get this data for a moment and just add here a link, right, like this. And here we can just simply pass here detail slash and product id. So just write here $item, you can add here id like this. And similar thing we can do in the trending products also. So just simply add here a link, and let's close this link also, like this. So now let's check. So we got the link here, and now you can see that we are able to get the detail like LG Mobile when we click on LG Mobile. So when I just click on a Sony TV, then I get detail related to the Sony TV. So now let's see how we can just show it on a detail page, and for that we need detail view also. So let's create a detail view, detail dot blade.php, right? And to reduce your work, we can just copy all the data from here to here, and let's close this extra files, right? And we can just remove this old stuff, we don't need it. We just need this extended and section content, and let's create here a container, right? That's all. And now what we need two more div, one for row because this is the bootstrap structure, and again then we need a class called sm6, right? And we need one more section for us with the similar ratio. So now we have a two block with the sm6 and sm6. Here we will put here the image, and in the second block we will put the other details, right? So now let's take this all data inside a variable, and okay, let me put here assignment operator. Just return here view, pass here detail view, and in a second parameter let's take array, and let's say my key name is product and value is $data, right? Awesome. Now let's go to our product detail page, and let's take img tag and simply write here $product, basically what we take here, product, right? So we need a product here, so product, and then use here gallery. So let's see what we actually got here. So now we got yes, we got our image here. So let's go back for a moment and let's try with another one. Let's say I just want to check the Oppo mobile. Then we got a detail about the Oppo mobile, but this is really a large image, so we have to reduce the size for this image. So let's take a class on it. Class, let's say detail img or something, and let's open master.plate.php and simply add this class, and height can be like 200 pixel is fair enough, I think, right? Now let's check. Now we have a perfect size. Let's check some other products also. Panasonic TVs, perfect. LG mobile, perfect, right? So now in this section on the right hand side we can take the product details, right? So let's first of all we need a anchor tag, so that we can just go back here and just write here go back, and we can go back from this link, right, on our home page. So now let's put here a product name, so we can just simply use here dollar product name, and what are we actually getting here? Sony TV, right? So now let's just take some more tags here and add some more details, like for H3 we can add here price, just write here price. And now let's take H4 tag and just simply add here details, or you can add the description if you want, and just put here description. And with a similarly we can also add the category here, and now let's see what we actually got here. So okay, we got some error here because we just put lots of brackets here, my bad. Now I think these are perfect. Alright, so now detail page is here, but I just want to add some more buttons like buy now and something, so that I'm just going to put here BR tag. Even I know BR tag is not a good way to take the space, because we need to use a style, but actually we are not focusing on the style, we are actually focusing on the logic. So for time saving, sometime I just use a BR tag, so please pardon me, right? So just write here add to cart, right? And let me just add a class with the name of btn and btn primary, right? Add one more button, add some BR tags to the below to this button also, and just now use here buy now, right? And here we can just you know, add here the another class, bootstrap class like success. This is looking much better, right? So let's try to just watch some other products like Panasonic, working good, and TV with Sony TV, this is working again good, and refrigerator is also working fine, right? So this is basically our detail page. Yes, might be you are just thinking that there is a very few detail only, right? So yes, we can add here more detail also, like rating and fridge capacity and discount and or much more options, but we will do it later, because first of all let's just make a basic e-commerce website. If we are just going to take the every detail, then it will just take around 1 year to me, because every e-commerce website have a complete team to develop it, right? But now I am alone to just making the tutorial, so sometimes some functionality will be missing from this product. So please again pardon me for that, and please subscribe my channel and like this video. If you still have any kind of confusion, you can ask me in the comment box. Bye bye, take care. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and this is our 11th video on Laravel e-commerce project. In this video we will learn that how we can create a cart table for add to cart functionality. First thing is that why we need this cart table, because when user want to just buy some product, then he will just select and click on the add to cart, so that we can just keep the record inside the database in case if user just get logged out from the device and want to order after some time, so that we have the all records for that user with the product also, right? So what we will keep in our cart table? So we will just keep the two things in our cart table. One is user ID, second one is product ID, right? So when we just want to check out the all details, then we can just use joins with the user and the product table, and we can get the all information, right? So these are the 4 small steps for this video. First of all, we will we will make a migrate, so that we can just create a cart table for add to cart functionality, and after that we will add some fields in this cart table and migrate this table to the database. And as I already told you, this is the combination of user and product data, and we will just keep the ID of both of table, and at the last we will push this code on our GitHub repository. So now let's just go to the command line. Okay, so first of all, let's check out the database. Here you can see that we have the 3 tables. Users and products are basically used by us, and migrations tables is used by the Laravel. So now let's create one more table, migration first of all, then we will convert it to the table. So just write here PHP artisan make migration and our table name, so migration name. So just write here create cart table, right? Hit the enter. So our here is our cart table, you can just see that. So we need to add the 2 more fields here only. So just write here table integer, and just put the product name, product ID underscore ID, right? And with a similar case, we can also take one more column, integer, and it will be the user ID, user underscore ID. So great, our table is completed. This is a very small table but very powerful, because it will just directly interact with the product and user table. So now just run here PHP artisan migrate, hit enter. Now you can see that table is migrated, and if you want to check, then we can just check like this, right? So for that moment the cart table will be empty because no data is here. So you might be thinking that why we are not just adding that with the help of data with the seeding, because in the last 2 tables we also use the seeding, because seeding is basically used for dummy data purpose, and we don't need dummy data, because in the next video we will click on the add to cart and the data will be added in our this cart table, right? So this is basically a small functionality but very important thing. That's why I just make a separate video on it. If you still have any kind of confusion, you can ask me in the comment box, and please provide your some valuable reviews in the comment box also. So bye bye, take care, God bless you. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil. This is our 12th video on Laravel e-commerce project, and in this video we will learn that how we can add product data in a cart table. So before just going to start with the points, so let's understand why we need to add the data inside a cart table. So in the previous video we just migrated a cart table, and in this table we have a structure for the 3 IDs, one for the table itself, another one is the product and user ID. So whenever a user just want to buy a product, what it will do, it will just add to cart product, right? And we will just save this data in our cart table. Why? Because might be for a moment user just want to add to cart this product, and after 2 days or 3 days, right, or might be from the another PC, user will buy this product, right? For that we need to just keep the data in the database with the respectively specific user. So let's say Peter want to buy a Sony TV, then we will just take the ID of the Peter as well as our product ID, and when we need the detail of these, we can just use the joins with the product table and the user table. That's simple, right? So I hope you just get that why we just need to save the data inside a cart table. So now let's understand the points of this video. First of all, we will create a small form to add to cart product, right? Then we will get the username from the session after login, right? And we need to just make a router as well as a model that will just interact with this cart table. And after that we will check that if user is logged in, then we can save the data inside the cart table. Otherwise we will log out this user, we will redirect this user to the login page. Then user can log in, and after that he can just add the products, right? So now let's get started. First of all, let's just go to the resource views and then detail.blade.php. Here you can see that we have a add to cart page. So let's cut this line for a moment and add a add a form here, right? So in this form we can just put this button, and also we need some input boxes, and let's say this name of this input box is product underscore ID, and then we can put here a name, and okay, so name is already done, so let's put a value, right? So value will be the ID of this product that we want to buy. So just copy the data from here and put here ID, right? So now you will find that here we have current product ID, right? So let's say we have some other product, for example we have a LG mobile. In that case we have ID 1 because this is the ID 1, right? So but we don't want to show this box, so that we can make it hidden, right? So just add here a hidden field, as well as we need a CSRF token, right? And if you just want to check that what we actually have in this form, so that you can inspect the element and you will find the 2 hidden and 1 button here, right? And on this button what URL we want to call. So let's say we just want to go on add to cart, right? So and let's define a method name also. So just put here post. Our form is ready. Now let's go to our product. You can see that product controller here, and let's create another function. So let's say my function name is add to cart, right? And for a moment let's just simply return here hello, right? And we will just get the data from the form. That's why we need a variable, and this variable will be get the data from HTTP request, and this is imported from here, right? We used all these requests whenever we need the data from the form, right? So everything is fine. We will change this hello, but first of all let's check out that routing and everything is working fine or not. And let's just go to the, you can say, web.php to creating the routes, and just create a one more route here, and it will be the post type because we will just send or call it from here, right? And this is our post type. And now let's define a route and the function which is add to cart, right? So that's fine. Now let's see how is it actually working. I'm just going to click on add to cart, and this is working fine. First thing is, now we will check that if user is login, then he can just go on this page, otherwise he will redirect to the login page. And how we can check it, just simply put here if $request session, it have a function has, and our session name is user. If it have the session, then we can print hello, right? Else we can redirect it. So just return redirect and put here a login, because we just want to go on login page. That's fine. And here you can see that again we will check, because the session is created here, that's why he will just jump on. Okay, let me check what's wrong with it. Yeah, actually session is not created yet, so whenever we will just click on the add to cart, it will just take first time on the login page. So now let's add a user and just simply put here 1 2 3 4 5 and make login. Now we are logged in. Let's say now we want to buy Oppo mobile, then we are here. So now again, whenever after login I will just click on add to cart. Now I have a hello here because session is maintained, and now we will write here to add the data inside the cart table. And what we need here for that, we need a cart table model. So just write here php artisan make model, and our model name is cart. Hit enter. This is created successfully. Where it is created? Inside the model cart, right? So as you know, if our model name is cart, our because this is a singular, our table name should be plural, but in our case the both are singular. So what we can do, we can just put here public dollar table, and we can put our table name, which is cart, and now it can work fine. Again, let's import inside our product controller. So just write here cart, and now inside this block we can just remove this code and just put here dollar cart equal to new cart, right? And dollar cart have some, we want to save some data like user underscore id. So how we can just get this data from the session? For that we just we can copy this and paste it here, and now let's replace has with the get, and at the last let's put here id. That's fine. And after that, with a similar case, we can just write here, we don't need this one. In a request id we have a product underscore id. As you know, we are just sending it from here, right? And just return here product id, because we just want to save product id inside our database table, and the column name is again product id. So this is our cart and use a save method. So everything is fine. So if our data is saved, then we can redirect it, and on where we can redirect, whatever you want you can redirect, but I will just redirect on the home. And again, so let's go back here and let's try to buy this project, right? So whenever, now you can see that inside our cart table, if you want to check, we don't have any data. So I will click on add to cart, and now after just adding this cart, we are on a home page. And if you want to check here, then you can check we got a one data here. So again, if you want to buy some more products, let's say you just want to buy a fridge, add to cart, and here you can see that we got the two data. So user id is 1, same product id is 2 and 5. So in the next video, what we will do, on the click on this cart number, now there's 0 because this is not dynamic and this is not coming from the database. In the next video it will coming from the database, and whenever you will click on the add to cart, the data will be added here also, right? And again, after clicking on this cart, we need to show the all items which is added in the cart. So we will just show a cart list also. So this is all about that, how we can save the data and how this is beneficial to us in the next video. If you still have any kind of confusion, you can ask me in the comment box. And thanks for watching this video, and bye bye, God bless you. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil. This is our 12th video on Laravel e-commerce project. In this video we will show the count of add to cart items, right? So in the previous video we just see that how we can just add the item inside a cart table. So when we just click on add to cart, we need to just save the data for the user, right? So for a moment you can see that we have only one data here, and let's say user just want to buy it, then he can just click on add to cart, and now user one have the two items, one with the ID 3 and one with the 4. So we will show this count in this video here, so that we can just get to know how many items have in our cart. So now let's get started. Yes, this video have only 3 small points. One, we will make a function to get the data from cart table respective to the logged in user. Then we will use this function inside our header file, and we will just show our count here, right, on a cart. Then we can test it with the complete flow of add to cart, and then we will just push our code inside the GitHub repository, right? So first of all we need to just use this or you can say that make this function inside our controller. So just go inside the controllers and just just jump on a product controller, and let's create a one more function here. Let's say my function name is cart item, right? And simply we can just return here some like data, but for that first of all let's just get the data from the session, and we need to import the session for that, right? So just use here session, and now we can use the session inside our this function. So just take a user ID variable and just simply use here session get, and here we can just simply put here user ID, and this user variable have the data from database, right? Keep in mind that you should be logged in your project, otherwise you will not get that data, right? So here you can see that we are logged in, that's why we are not jumping on the login page, right? Yes, I know the login functionality and create user functionality is missing now, and there is a logout functionality as well as create new user functionality is missing now. I will just create this functionality on this weekend also, because I have the 2 day off and I am completely free, so I will just complete this missing part, right? So after that let's just get the data respective to this ID from database. So just return here cart, and what is that cart? This is our model, and we just imported it here, right? We created the cart model in the last video, and now just simply put here where condition, and it should be small where, and we will just put here user underscore ID will be equal to user ID, right? And then we can just simply get a count from the database, right? So this file is completed now. Yes, there is a one thing that we will add, but before that I will show you the error if we are not going to use that, right? And now let's just go inside what we can say resources, then views, and then header.blade.php, right? Go to the top, and here just simply use here php, my bad, and use, and let's import this product controller. So just simply put the path here app http controllers, and then we can use here product controller, right? And just take a variable, let's say total, and here we can just put here product controller, and just use here item cart item, right? And after that let's try to refresh it, and now you can just find here an error, and the error is non-static method. This should not be called inside the statically, because this is a non-static variable, and we would just want to call it with the scope resolution method, which is not possible. So what we can do here, we can just simply add here a static keyword, right? and now you will just find that there is no error on our page, but there is a no item inside the cart also, because we did not print this you can say variable. So now just go inside a cart text, use double curly braces, and just put here variable $total, like dollar. And what you can find now, there is an, I think I just misspell it, it should be a total, right? And what you can see that we have a 2 item inside the cart, because we have only 2 data respective to this ID. So now let's try to add some more functionalities. Let's say I just want to add this mobile again, so just click on the add to cart, and now we have the 3 items. Again, let's say you just want to buy a fridge, then you can add it. So now we have a 4 item in our cart. So that's all about this video. In the next video we will learn that how we can just show all the items from a cart table respective to the specific user, and we can remove the item from the cart also, because this is also very important functionality. And logout functionality I will try to complete on this weekend also. So thanks for watching this video. If you still have any kind of confusion, you can ask me in the comment box. Bye bye, take care. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in the last video of this Laravel e-commerce project we completed the cart functionality. So you can see that this is working fine. So let's say we just want to buy this Panasonic TV, so we can add it in the cart. So now we have a 7, and after adding this we have a 8 product in our cart. So this is working fine, there is no problem. So actually some of my viewers are just saying that there is a no login and logout functionality, so please complete first it, right? So in this video we will completing our login and logout functionality. For that, these are the some points. First of all, we will make a login and logout menus, and we will also need to make a logout route. We will show the username with the when user is login, right? And then we will complete our test our all the complete functionalities like add to cart, login, logout, everything, and at the last we will push the code in the GitHub repository. So now actually in the previous video we have a error when we are actually trying to log out, or we want to open it in the incognito window, then code is actually not working. Here you can see that we got some error like typing trying to access the array offset on value of type null, right? It simply means that we just want to fetch the data from the database, but there is a no session ID and nothing in the session. That's why this is not working fine, right? So what is the solution for that? Okay, so for that you just need to just jump on a header.blade.php, right? We just write this code in the previous video, but we did not check the functionality that the user is logged in or not. So just take a variable like total, and let's put here 0 by default, and now check there if session has user, right? Then it can add this functionality, right? Then he can just fetch the data from database. And now let's try to do it. Now this is working fine. So if we don't have any product, then there is a 0 if we are logged out, right? And if we are trying to log in with the directly routing, then it will working fine again, right? So let's say 1 2 3 4 5, and this is working fine. We have a 8 product in the cart. So let's close this incognito mode, we don't need it. So let's continue with our normal mode, right? So first of all, I'm just going to make a menu for login and logout, and for that I am just going to taking the help from the Bootstrap. So just right here Bootstrap 3 navbar, and click on any link whatever you want to go, and let's take any design that will just suit you. This is working fine for logout and username and all, right? So I am just going to copy this one, right, and paste it here. Like you can paste it here, and now what you will just get here, you will find there one more menu is added here, right? So now let's check here if user is logged in, that means if the user data is present in the session, then we will show the user is login and logout link will be there. Otherwise we will just make a login link. So just simply check here at the rate if session has user, right, then what we can show here, we can show this link. My bad. Else we can just put here else, just remove this, and at the last we can put here and if, and in this block we can take this kind of a link like here, and let's change the text here like login and a link for this login page, right? But now we are logged in already, that's why we will not able to see the login link here. So now we don't need these kind of things, so just simply put here logout and remove these two things. We will add the more menus after some time for the change password and all these kind of things, but for a moment this is fine. And now let's add here a username whose user is login. So just simply put here session get, and here we can just put here user and name. Now you can see that the Anil Sidhu is logged in here, but logout logout link is not added here, so let's add a logout link also, right? But this URL is not present for a moment, so that it will just redirect us to the 404 page. Here you can see that, right? So let's just make a logout functionality again. For that, let's jump on a web.php, right? And you can just make a route like this, right? And just simply put here logout, and now in the return you can just put here redirect on a login page, right? But before that, because we are just going to log out to the user, we need to erase the session from the database, right? Session from our browser. So we can just simply check here session and just use a forget function. Forget function will erase the data, and the key that we want to erase is user, right? And now I think everything should be working fine. So here we have a login link, we can log in again. So we are on home page, we can add the product, like now you can see that we got a 9 product. We can log out from here like this, right? And we can just again log in. Okay, so just simply use here like this 1 2 3 4 5, alright, and again we can add the products if you want, like just go to this link and add product and all, right? But let's change this text to the brand, to the ecom, and let's add a link here so that we can just go on the home, right? So again go to the header.blade.php and just write here ecom, right? And let's make a link here like this. That's great. So here you can see that we have a login functionality. We can go to the home. From here we can just click on the product page. If we want to add to cart, we need a login, so that we can go again and log in, and again we can just come to this product, we can add this product. Everything is working fine, right? So if you still have any kind of confusion, you can ask me in the comment box. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. And yes guys, actually I just created my Instagram account here, so if you just want to follow me, the link is given in the description box. And now just add this code to the GitHub link also, so that you can just use it. Log out and login done, right? Git push. So now code has been pushed to our GitHub repository. If you want, you can use it. Link is given in the description box for this project also. So bye bye, take care, and please subscribe my channel if you are not subscribed my channel yet. Again, God bless you. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in this Laravel e-commerce project video tutorial we will learn that how we can create a cart product listing. So what is the meaning of cart product listing? So we will create a page of a listing where we will show the all products that is added inside our cart, right? So keep in mind that in this video we will use the three tables. One is user, second one is product, and third one is cart. So for getting the data from combined from these all tables, we will use the joins, right? Why I am not using the relationships here? Because for a freshers and beginner, relationships are little bit complicated, and I just want to make this project easier for you, right? That's why I will use the joins rather than relations. So now let's check out the points of the video. First of all, we will create a route, and we will make a view for cart list. Then we will get the data from the database with the help of join. Then we will pass this data to the view, and we will add some HTML and style also. Then we will test complete flow. Yes, we will test the flow with the different user. Till now you can see that we are using only Anil Sidhu only, but in this video we will use the another user, so that you can just identify that the cart product is only belongs to the specific user, right? So now and after that we will just push our code to the GitHub. So now let's get started. So first of all, I am just going to add a link on cart tag, right? So for that, let's go on a header.blade.php, and here is our total. So just put here a link like a cart list or something, right? And now let's jump on this link, and we will find that we 404 page, right? So how we can resolve it? For that we need to make a route as well as a function so that we can land it, right? So now let's open a web.php and create a route, and I'm just going to try copy and paste the code so that we can just complete this video in the minimum time. So just write here cart list, this is our route, and we can just put a same name to our function also, right? And this function will belongs to the product controller, right? And let's create a function, my bad, function which is cart list or what, it will be a cart list, right? Cart list. And for using the joins we need a DB class here, so just simply put here, oh my bad, just simply put here use illuminate, what I made a mistake here, this is fine, then support, and after that facades, and just use here DB. Come back to our function now, and for checking the routes and all, just put here hello for a moment so that we can identify the routes and everything is working fine. That's working fine. So now what we need here, so let's take a variable, let's say products or something, and just use here DB table, and we will use the cart table. Why we are using join here? So let's understand this first. We are just saving our cart data inside a cart.php table, but here we don't have the other information like price and image and name and all, right? All these things are present inside the products, but we have a link that we have a product ID. So with the help of product ID we can just get the all information, just sorry for that, right? I just want to remove these warnings. I will just fix them soon, sorry guys. And after that we can just put a join on these tables, and with the help of product ID we can get the all data from the products table, right? So let's just do the same thing, and just simply use here DB we are fetching the data from the cart, and also we need to apply the join. So just use here join function, and it will actually take the three parameters. One, the table, on that we want to put the join. Then second parameter belongs to the table, our current table cart, right? And then the column of the this cart table, right? So we can just want to use a product ID underscore ID, right? And it will belongs to right, and the second parameter is basically array, and here we will use products as in key, and dollar products as data. So now whenever we are just running it, it will just give an error to us, which is cannot use object of type std class as an array, because when we are fetching the data from the joins with the db, then this data actually in a type of class format or object format, not in the array. So but we are using here a array format. So what we can do here, let's put them to the array, put them like an object, and just call it like this. Okay, what object we here have gallery, right? We can use here gallery, and we can use here simply name. Then we can simply here as description, right? So now let's check what we got here. Again we got an error because we have to just remove this brackets, right? Now I hope everything is fine. Alright, so this is not looking fine because this is not a proper listing. So what we can do here, we can just modify this page a little bit. So first of all, let's remove this one call, then we can use here 10, and this is little bit fine but still not great. So what we can do, the next thing, just copy this old stuff from here, right? Like copy from here, add a row class, and now what we can do here, let's add another div class call sm3, paste it here, and it will not going to make a big difference, but now it will make a big difference when you can just paste it 3 times, right? Second and 3. So for a moment there is a lots of product looking like, but this is not a way that we are going to use. What we actually want to use, so in here we will use only image, then here we will use the only description, and here we will add a remove from cart button, right? So just remove the extra tags from here. Now this is fine, and for the second one we can just remove these extra, you can say image and anchor tag. Now this is also great, and for the last one we can just remove everything. We don't need this, just remove them, right? And just simply use a button here, close it, and just simply write here remove from cart, remove to cart, we can see that, right? And just add a class btn warning, right? So now this is much better, but it can be still more good. So for that, what we are going to do, if you want, then we can make it a 4, and now this is much better. So let's add some space between these all products. One more thing, I know guys, there is a lots of product which is repeating here. So in after 2 or 3 videos I will just make some logic so that we can just define there is a 2 TV in a single row, so that we can just remove the duplicate products from here. But for this video, please manage that, otherwise this video will be gonna very long, right? So what we are going to do now, so just add a class here like cart list divider, right? That's fine. And just use this class inside a master.play.php for style, and just simply use here like this. And for a moment just add here a border bottom 1 pixel solid and CCC, right, some color. So now you will find that we have border, but this is not looking cool. So what you can do here, just simply add here margin bottom, and you can add like 20 pixel, and padding bottom, and for that we can again use a 20 pixel. And now let's see what we are getting here. This is looking much better, right? So this is looking like a complete list. So thanks for watching this video. In the next video we will just remove to cart functionality, and then we will combine these things. Yeah, one more thing which is I just want to tell that we can just log out and try to log in from the another account, right? So where is my another account? So let's say my another username is Peter, right? So let me just copy her email address, and just password is 12345, login, and here you can see that we don't have any product for this guy, right? And when we click on this, there is no product. So let's go to the home, add some products like buy one product here, and this is fine. So now let's try to buy another one. So let's say he want to buy a Oppo mobile, add to cart, right? And now you can see that the products are added here. And if you just want to verify, then you can just verify inside a cart table. There is a 2 entry for a user ID 2, right? And this is working fine. So that's all for this video. If you still have any kind of confusion, you can ask me in the comment box, and you can get all my code from this GitHub account, right? And please guys, if you just want to connect me on Insta, then you can connect me here, right? And bye bye, take care. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in this Laravel e-commerce video tutorial we will learn that how we can make a functionality for remove to cart, right? So these are the small 3 steps to make it happen. First of all, we will make a link. This is basically a button, so we will just replace this button with a link, and then we will make a route. We will make a function so that we can remove this cart from the database also, and at the last we will push this code on a GitHub repository. If you just want to follow me on Insta, then link is here, right? This one. So now let's just jump on this cart list page code. So just simply click on it, and here you can see that we have a button. So first of all, let's convert it with the a tag, my bad, right? And add a href tag, right? So we can just make a link here. So let's say we are just want to make a link with the remove cart or something, right? And now we need to ID of the cart table, right? So let's say we just want to remove this product, then we need ID of this, but we don't have this ID for a moment because we have a only product detail inside the item, right? So how we can just do it? For that, let's again just go to the product detail, product controller, basically product controller, and just add one more field here. We can just simply add here cart underscore ID as cart ID, right? But like let's say it's cart ID, but this should be cart dot id, right? So here we can just simply put here double curly braces item, dollar item, basically dollar item dot cart underscore id, right? Sorry, it should be arrow, not dot. That's great. Now let's see what we are just getting here. So now this is the link with an id. So when I just click on it, it will just take me on a url, but this page is not found because we have to define a route for it. So for that, let's just jump on web.php, right, and make a route here, right? So just make another route, copy our url here, and it will just get id with it. So we can just simply put here id, and the function name inside a controller will be the same but with the camel case, right? And now just come on the function controller, put the function name, and it will have id parameter, and here we can just simply use here cart model that we just created some videos ago. You can see that this is a cart model, right? And I just simply put here destroy method, and destroy method will work with the id. So just put here dollar id, and after that we can just simply return here redirect, and we can redirect it to the again this page, which is the cart detail, right? So we can just make it like this. I think everything should be fine, so let's check it out. So I just want to remove my last LG mobile, so just click on it, and now you can see that the last mobile is Oppo site, right? So let's say I just want to remove this my fridge, so let's try, and now you can see that we don't have any fridge. So let's remove the duplicate products for a moment. Let's say this one, and this one, and what more, this one, right? So now we have some of products, and if you just want to check that, now we have a lots of data. You can see that there are 12 total data, but whenever I'm just going to refresh it, then you will find there we have only 6 data now because other data is removed from here. So this is the way that how we can make a functionality for remove to cart. In the next video we will just create a new page. On that page we will just make a total of our payment, and just we will make a functionality of proceed to it, right? So thanks for watching this video. If you still have confusion, you can ask me in the comment box, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel and follow me on Instagram. So bye bye, take care. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in this Laravel e-commerce project video tutorial we will learn that how we can create a order page, right? So on our order page we will show the details of amount and address and payment option and all, right? So first thing is that these are the points of this video. So first of all we will create a route for order page, then we will create a controller and view for it, and on our order page we will just show the amount and delivery charges and the taxes and all in a form of table, and then there is a small form, and here we can add a new address, and we can select the payment option, and we can just proceed to the further for order, right? So this is our project. Here you can see that we created the remove to cart functionality in the last video, and now we will create a one link here just below to the result of the products, and one more button in the bottom, so that if we have the lots of product, then we don't need to scroll for proceed on the order now, right? So now let's jump on cart list, and just create a link here, and we can just make a link like order now, and we can just put a text here order now, right? And to make it looking nice, we can add some class like button btn success, right? And now we have a button for order now. To make some space, I can add a br tag. Yes, you can also the css for yourself, but I don't want to add a CSS because I just want to focus on the logical part, right? And now the choose add the same button to the below, and now you can see that, right? So whenever I will click on it, we will just go on a 404 page because the order now route is not created yet. So now let's jump on a web.php and create a order now route, right? So just write here order now. We don't need to pass any ID on it, so we can just move like this, and now make a function the order now inside the product controller. Let's open it, add a function with order now, and the old functionality will be very similar to the create list. So I am just going to copy this code from here to here, and let's just change the code a little bit, and we can just put here a sum function, and sum function will get the sum from the price, right? So it will just find a sum of products dot price, right? And to check that this is fine or not, we can just simply use here return. See, and what we got here, now you can see that we got the $100. So let's see, just open our database in the e-commerce English project and the products, right? So here you can see that we have 5 products, and what products I have in my cart. For that you can see that Oppo Mobile, Sony and LG. So let's look out the price. LG Mobile 200, Oppo Mobile, and okay, so let me check again what product I have. Oppo Mobile, that's okay, and LG Mobile, right? 2 mobile, LG Mobile and Oppo, these are the 500. And then I have a Sony TV, again 500 price, right? So that's the price is okay, this is the 100, so that's okay. So now just take it inside a variable like dollar total, and pass this to the this view, right? But we need to also create a view for buy now, we did not create it yet. So just create a okay, order now, not a buy now, it's an order now, right? I was confused. Dot blade.php, and because this page will be very similar to cart list page, so that I am just going to paste it here, right? And let's just remove the inner stuff because we don't need it, we just need a skeleton of it, right? And let's remove this one part also. And now let's just use here order now in a view function, and let's use a total variable and use a dollar total as an array. So now let's see what we got here. So we have a blank page for a moment, but yes, this is a order now page, right? So I need a bootstrap table, so I am just going to copy the code of the bootstrap table, right, so that we can save time. Now let's jump on a first link, and just get code from any table. So you can just copy this table from here to here, right? And let's paste it on our order now page. So what we are getting here, so let's see for a moment, this is okay. So let's remove the extra things that we now don't need here, this one, and I need one more colon here, you can see that, that's why I choose one more tr added here. So let's put here amount, and I can just simply put here dollar and dollar total, right? Let's remove the last one. Now just use here tax, and we can just put here, let's say $0, we are not paying any tax for a moment. Let's pause, and then delivery charges, right? And let's say just $10 for the deliveries, right? And let's remove it, and at the last, total amount, right? So yes, we will basically create a different table for the total amount and the tax and delivery, but for a moment we can just simply put here dollar total plus $10, right? So let's see what we are getting here in this table. So we got a perfectly things, just we need to add here one more dollar, right? Sign, dollar sign, not dollar. All right, so now I need a bootstrap form, so I can just grab this form from here, and let me just cheat this code from this site to a div, paste it here. So I don't need this stuff, so I can just simply want to change it in the text area, right? And I can just remove this ID, I don't need it, and let's create this, and in this text area we will enter the, so can we add a placeholder here, enter your address or something, right? And then we don't need password, but we can just use it for a payment method, right? And let's remove this checkbox from here, and for that let's remove this line, and yes, we can use the input radio inputs here, name can be like payment, and we can add a span here like online payment, right? And some more like let me just add some more things, EMI, then payment on delivery, right? So now let's see what we are actually getting here. So that's okay, but we can add some line breaks here, or you can just take them all these stuff in a p tag, right? Or you can use a br tag option is much easier, I think, right? Because we want to just finish it as possible as we can do, right? And then we can add a br tag here also. Please, you don't need to use your br tags, please use the proper style here, because I just want to show the Laravel logic, that's why I'm not going to use the style, and you can use the style, right? So here we can add some address, and then we can just go for a submit, right? And let's change this submit to the order now, right? And in the next video we will create a payment, we will basically create a order table. In this order we will just remove this all at cart stuff inside our payment, and we can just put the many things like payment status and address and product and user and all. So please subscribe our channel, and if you still have any kind of confusion, you can ask me in the comment box, and if you want to follow us or join us on the Insta, then link is here, right? So bye bye, take care, thank you so much. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in this Laravel project video tutorial we will make a order table, and we will do it with the help of migration. So why we need it? So when we are just placing the order, so that we need to save the information of the every order like payment details, address and payment status, all kind of things. So that's why we need a order table, and in this order table we just save the different things like order ID, address, payment method, status, and much more things, right? So these are the steps for creating the order table. First of all, we will create a migration for order table, then we will add our required field, as I told you, like order, user, address, status and all. Then we will migrate this table to the Laravel, to the MySQL, and at the last we will push our code to the GitHub repository, right? So now let's just create a migration. So just put here PHP artisan make migration, and our table name will be create orders table, right? And we can hit enter. Now this migration is created inside the database resource and here, right? So as you know, two fields are already there, table ID and table timestamp, so we can add some more fields. So let's add them. So just write here table. So we want to add a order ID first of all, so just put here integer, and the field name will be order underscore sorry, it will be the product ID, right? So just use here product underscore ID, and then we can add here a user ID, user underscore ID, and then status, and status will be string, and then we can add a payment method, payment underscore method. Then we can add here a payment status, right? So these are the required field. One more thing we need to add here, which is address, and these all field be in the string. So this is ready now, and we can just migrate it to the database and just simply write here PHP artisan migrate, hit enter. Table is migrated in our database. If you want to check it, let's check, just refresh it, and you can see that okay, this is not migrated. Yeah, this is migrated here, right? So here you can see that the table structure is here, but table is blank for a moment because we did not place any order, but everything is fine rather than it. All right, so thanks for watching this video. If you want to follow us on Insta, then this is our Insta ID, and God bless you. Bye bye, take care. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in this Laravel e-commerce project tutorial we will complete our order feature, right? So in the previous two videos we created the order page, and here you can see that the all details about the orders and payment method and address box and all, right? And in the just previous video we migrated the order table. So now we will just place the order on a click of order now, and our product that are currently added in the cart, they will be moved inside our order, right, and removed from the cart table. So let's look out the points of this video. First of all, we will create a route and form for order. Then we will add the order data inside a order table and remove the data from a cart table respective to the logged in user. And then we will test the complete functionality. We will add the new product in the cart, then we will order and we will check the old functionality with the database, and at the last we will push this code to the GitHub repository. If you want to follow me on Insta, this is my Insta account, so you can join me here, right? So now first of all, let's just go on our order now page, and let's create a form, right? So just right here order now, and many things are already done, so we can just add here action. So let's remove the by default action. So I will just add an option like order place or something, right? And we can also add a form method which can be post, and our type is basically no need to define here, so we can put here name. So name can be address, and then we can add a value here, right? So like value can be cash for a moment, because we did not add here any payment gateway and all. So for a moment we can just write it up as in cash, right, for all. And that's all for this form. And now we just need to create a route for this action. So just jump in a web.php and let's just copy a previous route, define a type of post and make a route for it, right? And we can also make a function inside the product controller with a similar name like this. So now let's define this function inside a product controller here, and let's define function this, and this function will will accept the data from a form. That's why we need to define a variable like req, and it will be a type of request, right? And after that, let's check that what we are actually getting from the form. So just return for a moment $request input, right? That's okay. And just pass a CSRF token also. I just actually forget to pass it, right? And again let's refresh it and let's check what we got here. So let's pass here some address like Noida, sector XYZ, and UP and something, whatever you want. Select your payment method, order now, and now you can see that we got a address and payment, right? So this is working fine, there is no issue. Now what we need to do, we need to just get the old data which is placed in our card table respected to our logged in ID. So our logged in ID is currently 1, right? So we just need to get the all 3 records, so that we can just simply put here a condition. And we can also just first of all we need to just get the session here. So let's copy this session ID, and then just take a variable like dollar all cart, and just use here cart, and we can put a where condition, cart where condition, and our column name is user underscore ID, and we want to match it with the our dollar variable ID, right? And let's get the data. So what we are actually getting inside it, so for that let's just return sorry, okay, so let's return the data what we are actually getting inside it. So you can see that we got a 3 result, that is working fine again. So again, now what we need to do, we just get the data, we need to just save this old data inside our product table, and we need to remove the data from cart table also. So that just take a for each loop, right? And we can just put here like dollar all cart as dollar cart, right? And here we can just now we need a controller model for order table, right? So let's create a model php artisan make model, and model name is order, because our table name is basically orders. So let's import it inside if you just want to check it where this is created, now you can check it inside a cart and here, right? So let's just import this order table, and again just come a little bit below and just take a variable order, and it will be an instance of order table, sorry, for order model, right? And yes, we can just define, or you can say that make this timeline false, because we are not saving the updated and created time, right? So just put here public, and we can just write here dollar time stamps is false, Yep, and we need to just correct this spell. Alright, so we can now close it. We don't need it now further. And now see how many fields we needed for this order table. So let's open a structure for it. We need first of all product ID and user ID. For that you can just simply write here order product underscore ID, and from where we can just get this product ID. We can get it from dollar cart, right? And just write here product underscore ID. Again we can just use here user ID, just replace it with the user ID. And for third one we need a status. Status simply means the product status. This is delivered, returned, dispatched, or pending, whatever, right? So for a moment I can just put it pending, because whenever our order is just order, then it can be a pending or yet to dispatch, right? So for simplicity we can just put here pending, right? Status, and just simply put here pending. And after that the new one is payment method. So payment method is, as you know, we are using a cash on delivery for a moment. So what is that? Payment underscore method, right? And we can just write here cash on delivery, or just get it from a request payment, right? And again we need a payment status. So payment will be just done by delivery, so we can just again make it pending, right? And it can be like a payment status. And after that we have an address, and yes, we can get this address from a request. And at the last we can just save it. So just write here order and use a save function, right? We know that we need to remove the data from cart table also, but first of all let's don't remove the data from here, and let's check that the entry is gonna successful in the order table or not, right? So let's put address again, like Delhi, India, payment online, and let's click on it. Okay, so okay, so we just shown the input here. So that simply means the data should be saved inside it. So let's check. Now you can see that 3 orders are done here. Alright, so that means everything is working fine, and we can just remove the data from cart table also. So what we can do, just truncate this data, and from here now this table is completely empty. And to remove the data from cart we need to delete them. So just simply write here, so just copy this again, right? This should be the same command around 80%, and we just need to change the get to the delete function, right? And at the last we can just simply redirect it, return redirect, and let's redirect it to the root, that means home. So now let's try again. Just make a payment on delivery order, and we got again the address cannot be null into the inserted. Okay, so let me check what's wrong with it. I think I just forgot to put the address, right? Yep, I got it. So just use here Delhi, India or something, and order now. Now you can see that cart is empty, everything is done. And let's check that what we actually got here. Now you can see that three orders are done here, and these three orders should be removed from here with the ID 1, right? So now you can see that only two orders are pending in the ID 2. So now let's log in with the ID 2, right? And check that. First of all, I need to check the user. What is the username with ID 2, which is Peter_Parker, right? Let me just copy it. Let me log out this user and just user Peter Parker 1 2 3 4 5. Now we have two orders here, right? And now I'm just going to order these again. So let's say USA or something, and just put here payment, right? Now you will find that we got the free 5 item inside our order table. We have 5 items now, and the cart table should be empty here. That's amazing. So this is the way that how we can add order now feature. So in the next video I will just show you that how we can just get the our order list, right? So this orders page, we will just make some link here and we will open a complete page here. You can just track your orders, right? So thanks for watching this video, and if you still have any kind of confusion, you can ask me in the comment box, and please follow me on Instagram if you have any queries. So bye bye, take care. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in this Laravel project video tutorial we will learn that how we can create my orders page. So these are the points for this video. So first of all, we will just make a route for my orders, right? And this route will be open on a orders click. Then we will fetch the data from the database with a join, because we need to make a join on a two table, one on orders and another one is the product, right? Because in our order tables we have only saved ID, and in the product we have the image, price, gallery and name and all, right? And after that we will make a view for my orders, and we will just render the data on a my orders view. And at the last we will push the code on a GitHub repository. If you want to just follow me on or join me on Insta, then link is here, right? So now let's get started. First of all, I am just going to jump on a header.blade.php and let's find out name orders, right? And let's make a link here with a my orders name, right? Like this. And let's try to refresh it, and now you will find that 404 page, because we did not define any page or route for this URL. So now let's jump on a web.php file and create one more route here, right? So it should be a get URL, right? And then we can just put here my orders, and let's make a function with the name of my orders inside a product controller, right? And let's open this product controller now, and at the last let's define the function which we just put inside the array, which is my orders, right? So first of all, let's check out the routes and all, that everything is working fine or not. Yes, everything is working fine. Now let's just make a little bit space here. We basically need the old data which is present inside our order now, right? So we can copy it for save the time, because I already teach you that how we can just get the session data from the session and join and all. So it will be easy for us, and it will just save our time to copy code, right? So now we are getting the data from orders table, right? And we will just put the join on products and order. So just replace this cart table with the order simply, right? I hope you understand that why we are actually doing it. So let me just open a database, and let me just clear the old doubts, if you have any kind of doubts, right? So you can see that we just want to fetch the data from sorry guys, for sorry these for really these kind of warnings. right? So we just want to show a list from my orders, but in my order table I have only product ID. I don't have product name, product gallery and price and all, right? So but I can just get this data from a products table because I have a ID of every product, right? So we will make a join on the base of product ID and the ID of products table, right? And here we are doing the same thing. We are using a orders table product ID and product ID of product table. Agreed? So, and at the last we don't need to put here some function, so let's just simply use here get function and put a semicolon at the last. And we can just simply remove this stuff from here and just return here, and let's check what we are actually getting here in our result, right? So let's see, we got all data in a JSON format. Now we just want to render this data on our view template, right? So for that, let's just jump on a views and create a one more file with the name of my orders.blade.php, right? And this is really similar to our carts list, so I can just paste it here, right? And we can just put here my orders and just remove this stuff from here. We don't need this order now and order now at the bottom links, right? And here in a return we can load this my orders view, right? And let's take this all data inside a variable like orders and take a key and a value of orders in the array, right? So I hope everything should work fine, except actually one or two errors. Yes, I am expecting this error products. So because on my orders we just want to remove this order products to the orders, right? And we don't have any card ID, so we can just simply remove it. This is not required for a moment, right? And let's see what we are getting here. So now we are getting our phone and description and all, but there are lots of other things are pending, like if you just want to check in the order, so status, payment status and address and all these kind are still pending, right? So what we can do here, so let's add these things inside column 4. So just put here name like this, status, delivery status, like this. Then we can add here address, right? And here we can just define a status as an arrow key, then address. Again we have a payment status. Payment status means if we are process the payment on delivery, then it will be a pending, right? If it already done the online payment, that means it's a done. And so that we can just put here payment underscore status, and at the last we can just add here delivery method, sorry, payment method, payment, my bad for that. And let's simply add here payment underscore method. So let's see what we are actually getting here now. So we got address, payment status, and we can use here a colon. Similarly we can use a colon again, right? So we get the all details here. So once our payment is done and method is done, these can be changed. So now how we can change it? So for that we have admin panel. For a moment we don't have this, but in the advanced project, in the same series of this project, or you can say that in the advanced part of the same series, we will just create the admin panel and much more things. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you got this video. If you still have any kind of question, you can ask me in the comment box. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. In the next video we will make a functionality for register user, right? And guys, if you want to join me on Insta, then you can join, link is given here. And I am also go live on every Saturday at 8 p.m. so you can join me here, you can ask me the question here and any kind of question. So thanks for watching this video. Bye bye, take care. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anil, and in this Laravel e-commerce project video tutorial we will learn that how we can make a user registration. So these are the points for this video. First of all, we need a route for user registration. Then we will make a HTML form so that we can put the user information inside this form, encrypt the password before saving the data inside a database, and we will just write a small code for save the data inside the user table. And then we will check our complete flow with the new user, like add to cart, buy a product and everything, right? And then at the last we will push our code to the GitHub repository. If you just want to join me on Insta, then this is my Insta link and or Insta ID. You can just join me here, right? So for a moment, you know that we have a 2 user and this data was seeded by the Laravel seeding, right? So now this is our project. Now you can see that for a moment we have only login option here. We don't have any registration option. So let's add a registration option here, right? And just go for the header, and here you can see that we have a login option. Similarly, we can add one more option. Let's say register, like this, right? And let's just make a route with this, and our route can be also register, right? But this is a link actually, but we don't have any route for this name, so we need to add a route for it. So just jump in a web.php and we can make a route here. So just use here route, or we can just put here a view, and our path is register, and as well as our view name is also register, right? So now let's make a view with the name of register. So just define here register dot blade dot php, right? And after that we can just copy the whole login form, because both forms are pretty much similar. We just need to add some more data also, right? So for a moment now you can see that we got a registration form same as a login form, right? Here you can see that the both forms are similar, but we can just change it a little bit. So first of all that okay, so just copy this CSRF token to outside our div, right? Now let's make a one more field here, and this field name will be user name, and let's change the type of it, like text name will be name, right? And placeholder will be like username or something, right? So now you will just feel it more likely to register, and let's just convert this login button to the register, right? So this is fine for a moment. Yeah, one more thing that we need to just change here, the action. So let's define an action inside a route, and action will be pretty similar to the login. So we can just use a register with the post method. Keep in mind this method should be post, and register function also, right? And let's just change this action with the register. Now let's open your user controller and make a function with a user register, like this. And again, what we need now, we need to just get the data from the form. So that let's take a parameter $request, and this parameter type will be a request class, as we are just mention in a registration. And let's check that what data we are getting inside a form. So just use here request and input method so that we can just get to know that how many data we are getting in a form, right? So let's say for a moment just add some dummy data, and here you can see that everything is working fine, right? All data we are getting: name, email address and password. The three things only we need for this, because name, email address and password. So now just remove this line and just make a instance of user model. So just write here new user, right? So this will be the same, but at that time we just need to make a new instance, and just write here user name, right? And it will come from a $request, and we can put here a name. Similar for the password and email address, right? So just write here email like this, and at the last password. And password we need to encrypt it, so that we will use this hash method, right? So just simply put here hash colon make. So don't be confused that why we are using here, because we just need to just encrypt this password like this, right? And if you just want to check that did we just did it with the seeding also, yes, we do it with the seeding also, right? So again this is fine. Now just write here user and let's save it, and if everything should be fine, then it should be redirect to the login page, right? So we can do the one thing from the two. First thing is we can directly save a session. Second thing, after registration user, we can just redirect to the login page and we can just log in it again. So all websites have a different approach. So what we will do, we will just redirect to the login page and we will register it again, right? Login it again, and just simply write here return. I think everything is fine. So now let's make a registration. Let's say my name is Peter and Anil is already there. So let's use sam@test.com, and we can use a password 12345. Login it. Now you can see that we are on a login page after registration, right? So let's check that the user is registered or not. User is registered with the everything fine, because now you can see that we have a password and all, right? So what we need to do here, so now let's log in the sam@test and password 12345. Login. Alright, password username is not matched, so let me check what's wrong with it. It should be a sam@123, password 12345. Okay, so let me register the another one user, because I think there is some gap between it. Yep, actually my mistake, I need to just use here password field, that's why this is not working, right? So I can just remove this user from a moment, hardcode, and I can try it again. Go again with the registration, and let's say sam again, sam@test.com and 12345 my username, right? Register it. Everything is fine. Let's see again, is it registered or not? User is again registered, and sam@test.com, password 12345, and try to log in. The user is logged in. So for a moment, let's open a cart table, and you will find that because we are just completing the flow, our cart table is completely empty, right? So let's add some product inside it. I'm just going to add this one, and let's see what we got here. So one product is added here. So let's say I just want to buy it. Go on a cart, order now, and this is all the details like USA or something, right? And payment option can be cash, because other option we did not made yet. And now let's check the my order option is already there. If I just want to check my order table, everything is working fine. So this user have only one, this user have the ID with the 6, and here you can see that, right, 6. That's why it have only one product. The other products orders are actually from the another user. That's why we are able to see the only one order. So that's all about the registration. If you still have any kind of confusion, you can ask me in the comment box, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Very soon I am just going to start a new series on a React. So if you are just watching this video now, around you can say that the 20th of October, then you can join my React course also. Even after that you can also join, but yes, I'm just going to start it now. And this is completely with the job oriented training, you can say that, with the React. In every video you will get to know the interview questions and every topic with the logical way, right? So again, thanks for watching this video. Let's join me on Insta, and bye bye, take care.